here's 3 kind of ways to negotiate, okay? Way number 1 is you can play tough, okay? Playing tough means this. Sorry, that's my rate. If you don't like it, you can go elsewhere, okay? Or you can be a little bit nicer. Hey, sorry, that's my rate. I have a referral for you for somebody who might charge you a little bit less if you're interested. But this is how much I charge. That's the tough way to do it. That's playing hardball. It's going to work really, really well for clients that have deep pockets or who really see your value. But again, all of this goes back to you've made your value very, very visible online, social media, website. They should know your value, okay? Number 2, bracket. So number 1 was being tough about your prices, your negotiation. Number 2 is bracketing negotiation. You can say things like, well, my usual rate is, but for you, I'd be willing to maybe do something like this, okay? You imply flexibility by being able to bracket your price. So I think it's probably going to be somewhere between $5,000 and $8,000. I would usually charge something like 8, but for you, I'd probably do like 6.5 or 7. Okay. This is for if you experience a client who's a little bit tentative, right? And you know that if you give them a hard line kind of price, they're going to run. They're terrified. Show a little flexibility with them if it works for you. Okay. Number 3 would be working with somebody's budget. We call it the budgeting negotiation, which is it's never devaluing what you'll do, but it is working around their needs. You say, let's say somebody comes, you goes, I want a website. You go $10,000. They go, ooh, I was thinking like 1,000. You're like, oh, well, let's work with your budget. Why? Here's what I think basic website constitutes $10,000. Maybe you don't need all those things. Maybe you don't need to update your content. Maybe you don't need it to be built, in Shopify. Maybe what you need is a single page landing page that I can build in Webflow and integrate FoxyCart. I could do that for $1,000. Sure, but now I'm working around their needs, right? They're like, yeah, I wanted this blog, I wanted this thing. You're like, maybe you don't need a blog. If we axe that out of there, that allows me to do work for you, right? So this is the shifting and morphing to their budget and their needs technique. So hardline, right? Bracketing and needs focused of the client so you can kind of budget for them.